Greetings shippers, welcome back, and it's time to dive once more into the oft-requested realm of anime, to a ship people have wanted since this channel's inception. It's Lawlight, the ship formerly known as Light XL or LX Light from the manga and anime Death Note. While those are not the only adaptations, these are the predominant ones that give rise to and continue to draw people to this ship. Death Note first came into being as a manga written by Tsugumi Oba, an author known only by pen name, and illustrated by Takeshi Obata. It originally ran from 2003 to 2006 in Weekly Shonen Jump. However, from its inception, it was attempting to push the boundaries of what could be depicted/considered shonen. Shonen is the genre name for manga specifically targeting the young male demographic. Not that its appeal could not spread beyond that, but that is its main focus. Titles in this genre include works such as Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, etc. So even at first glance, Death Note is quite different. Relying much less on the traditional trope of achievement and overcoming odds, Death Note is a morality play, explicitly exploring many complex themes. While other shonens can do the same, Death Note set out to make that its primary goal, telling a tale that makes one question who has the right to kill, who deserves to die, and how much does power corrupt those who wield it. At the center of these questions were series protagonists Light and L, who also served as a large reason behind the series' popularity. Both concept and execution, as well as the uniqueness of story and imagery, led to this manga becoming extremely popular far beyond its country of origin, cemented further by the anime, which is an extremely accurate adaptation, even if it was forced to sacrifice some of the nuance vis-a-vis the questions posed to make it more accessible for a viewing audience. However, this series became known for more than its story. It also became known for a rather large ship that emerged from it. A ship that can be found and enjoyed in a variety of forms thanks to the many people who love the source material, creating a multitude of works as they all hail from a variety of backgrounds. Meaning that while there are certain trends and terminologies more associated with the typical anime fan shipper, be they from Japan or elsewhere, there are also those from the more Western-oriented fandom as well. So let us examine how this appeal came to be so widespread by meeting the players, starting with Light Yagami. Starting this series as a genius level and somewhat arrogant and very attractive high school student, Light is the pinnacle of student achievement, with the typical burning desire of most teens to make a difference, coupled with the naive assumption that he knows how to do so. After coming into possession of the Death Note, Light quickly becomes a moral absolutist, dispensing his own brand of justice, sacrificing kindness, empathy, and most human ties as he gives into a rather large god complex in his quest to make the world a better place. When not in possession of the Death Note, he is earnest and also has a strong sense of justice and duty. However, with it, he becomes a skilled actor mimicking human emotions, particularly affection, and is seen through by almost no one except a rare few. Among them, the titular L. L shares many similarities with Light. However, while Light operates in the open, meaning he is comfortable wearing his mask in public, L dwells in the shadows. He is Light's equal in intelligence and perhaps exceeds him in emotional maturity, although that is one of the questions the series forces one to examine. As opposed to being the model for teenage achievement, L is more atypical. He is not as conventionally attractive and has many odd mannerisms, such as the posture in which he sits, and he does not appear overly concerned with how people perceive him. Like Light, he stands fast behind his morals and will utilize whatever methods he deems necessary for justice. Whether each character's view of justice is valid or warped is up to the viewer to decide. Unlike Light, he does have some things he genuinely enjoys, such as his notably large sweet tooth. It is impossible to talk about these two as separate entities because from very early in the series, the focus is upon their mental duel. The series wants the audience to examine these two characters' similarities and differences, forcing them to question whom they agree with more, if either, which leads directly into why people ship these two. From the start, the two are shown to be on the same wavelength, able to anticipate each other's motives and think like the other, for the most part, with some differences based on the subtleties of their personalities and who has what information. When it comes to the latter, Light frequently has the upper hand. Both characters are intelligent and isolated because of it, one due to matching introverted personality traits and various quirks, the other out of arrogance and a belief that he is better than those around him. A belief that, while it may be shared by L, does not stop him from wanting to interact with people, even if he is not great at it. Both are driven by the need for justice and to make the world a better place, and both are fundamentally lonely, creating the sad knowledge that they are each other's not only equals, but potentially their only friends. On top of that, the two interact constantly, trying to one-up each other. Once the two characters meet, this plays out in intensely shippable ways. And even before, there's a lot to draw upon, especially for those who enjoy the voyeuristic appeal. For those who need more tangible encounters, there's the playing of a metaphorical and literal tennis match, having coffee, living together, as well as being handcuffed together for months. Indeed, the series provides ample opportunity for these two to be shipped, including tropes-wise. They share the potential for the rival to friends dynamic, they are equals, and there is constant tension between them, as they both try to guess how much each knows, and both know deep down they know each other better than anyone else ever could. This series provides many jumping on points and has appeal for a variety of shippers. For example, there is much fluff for these two, as there is a melancholy to the couple, given the genuine potential shown within the series for their friendship without the intervention of the Death Note, particularly during the arc wherein Light loses his memories and the two must work side by side to catch the serial killer utilizing the Death Note, Kira, even though that is in fact Light himself. The plot of Death Note is nothing if not complex. This arc gave fodder to both those who dreamed of a happier outcome for these two, or wanted redemption for Light, or both, or of course also those who love Amnesia Fix. For those who love all three, it was the trifecta. And of course, there are those who were shipping from the very beginning. As mentioned, the majority of the series focuses on these two characters and the moments they share. Moments steeped in symbolism that continue throughout all of these characters' interactions and can be read either as the text intended or as something more, particularly as symbolism begs to be interpreted. These include moments such as the foot washing sequence, a scene awash in Christian symbolism that runs throughout the series and is blended with Japanese mythology. In this moment, it places one character in the role of devotion, submission, and acceptance. A scene that was read by some for the above, or as a precursor for BDSM fics, aided by the aforementioned handcuffed together period. There are some who even take it so far as to reference the story of the Ashirai Ashiki, a Japanese spirit that manifests as a dirty foot and can only be appeased by being washed. Just as the series itself demands interpretation, shippers also seek to interpret these various scenes. As a result, Lawlight is one such pairing where a wide variety of fics exist, from those following canon to missing scenes filling in the gaps in time, to fix-its, to AUs that either alter small details or do away with the Death Note altogether. At its core, while there are of course other reasons, it appears that many are drawn to the way that these characters can appease each other's loneliness, even as enemies. The two's obsession even extends beyond life, though this connection is much more stressed in the anime. Much analysis has been given to these characters outside of a shipping capacity as well, as the fascination with them and indeed all the characters extends well beyond this realm of fandom. Like most ships, there are cries that this is simply the creation of fangirls or rabid fujoshis, that being girls who enjoy yaoi. However, there is much more to it than that, which is not to say there aren't reasons not to ship them. Many simply do not ship Death Note and are much more drawn to the ambiguity of the character's morality, and while they may enjoy their relationship, it's more as the traditional Holmes Moriarty style mental chess match it was intended as. Others were caught up in the symbolism of it all, while still more did not see the appeal, perhaps because of the genre, or perhaps because of the moral chasm between each character that if followed through is pretty irreconcilable, without a significant change in either one or both of the characters or the story itself. Depending upon where one falls in terms of their feelings regarding the actions of each character, it is possible to find one or both unappealing and to not be interested in shipping for that reason. However, for those who are interested, because of how popular this anime is, there is a wide array of different shipping fanworks to enjoy, from the fan mixes, fan vids, and more common fics and art, to works such as doujinshi, which are amateur self-published publications in the manga format. While they can be original, they often involve pre-existing material and are hence dubbed fan manga. While these are illegal, like fanfiction they flourish and are widely spread, and some are truly high quality, and on rare occasions professional artists even partake in the practice. As mentioned earlier, if you can think it, you can find it, including an intriguing number of Catboy L-fics. As a ship, Lawlight is still going strong, as more and more new viewers/readers are drawn to it based on the intensity between these two characters and how much the series demands the audience focuses on that very element. There is a reason that there is a very specific point in the series wherein this dynamic is shattered that often coincides with a drop in interest from many viewers/readers. That is not to say there are not other ships, but for our two protagonists, this one stands untouched by any smaller ones. Sorry, Misa. So if you like your pairings where the two participants are completely obsessed with each other, and friends-ish, but also enemies-ish, and you've burned through all your Cherik fics, then maybe check out Lawlight. And if you haven't already, definitely check out Death Note. It does hold up as one of the better anime/manga that people like to recommend. Are you guys Lawlight shippers? What's your favorite obsessive ship? Let me know down below. And if you'd like to celebrate all the L and light that Death Note has to offer, we can do a Shippable Moments ep. Just let me know. I already have the notes. This has been Shipper's Guide to the Galaxy. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Special thanks to all my patrons, names on the sides. Please check out my Patreon and consider supporting and helping me determine content. Follow me on social media to stay up to date, and as always, stay tuned, for there are as many ships out there as there are stars in the sky.